Where's my 40 at, man?
Duval County, 904 in this bitch. Huh?
Yeah,
Put your hands up. Yeah. You feel that bass? Turn it up. You feel that dirty South punk rock? Dirty South. Dirty South. Yeah. Throw it up. Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Duval. You can get caught in the club. Roll with your hood, throw it up in the club. Hey. Or you can get stomped in the club for a dog, but I saw. Show me we don't give a fuck, yeah. But you don't want no problem. You don't want no problem. You don't want no problems with me. All weed, baby, 50 deep. Hold on back, hold on back. Man, fuck that nigga. Hold on back, hold on back. Man, fuck that nigga. Hold on back, hold on back. Fuck that. DJ Dirty Ski. When I reach for the herb, nigga, what's the word? Bitch, nigga better recognize real G's down the ride. Dirty South, I'm a record till I die. And I ain't even got to tell her what my name is. I just walk right in like I'm famous. Get out the way, bitch. I'm heading straight to the VIP where I'ma drink everything for free. Damn right. You can get caught in the club. Roll with your hood, throw it up in the club. Or you can get stomped in the club for a dog that I saw. Show me we don't give a fuck, yeah. But you don't want no problem. You don't want no problem. You don't want no problems with me. Whole weed, baby, 50 deep. When I say whole wheat, y'all say bread. Whole wheat, bread. Whole wheat, bread. When I say whole wheat, y'all say bread. Whole wheat, bread. Whole wheat. Y'all motherfuckers don't want no problems, nigga. Whole wheat bread, bitch, Southside, Duval County. It's that dirty South punk rock shit. Y'all gonna have to try extra hard to get up in this punk shit now, nigga. Y'all niggas don't want no problems, nigga. Shut up. Back the fuck up.
Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around.
Hello everybody, welcome back to DP Underground, home of the greatest clips in town and the greatest clips around. I'm glad you all can join me today. How's everybody doing? I have you all in the chat. I forgot to stream to D Live today. It's too late. I already started. I'm usually simulcasting these now, both here and D Live at the same time. Yes, not only are they the greatest clips in town, but they're also the greatest clips around. And we do streams too. But it would be too hard to say DP Underground has the best clips and streams in town. I guess it kind of fits. It just seems like a mouthful. Hi, everybody that's saying hi to me. Hello. Hello to all the lurkers, too. Hi to the lurkers. Please like the stream. Can we get a 100% like to live viewer ratio? Is that even possible? Is that possible to do? Can someone, has anyone ever seen it? Liked by the lurkers. Thanks for liking and lurking. Ooh, someone just mentioned one of my favorite products in the chat. Ben Gay. Yep, good old Ben Gay. You know, squeeze the tube, squirt it into your hand, and rub it all over your sore muscles for relief. Take a nice big load of Ben Gay and rub it in. Bandana life. Yeah. I need to bust out the bandana again sometime. I can have your Ben Gay. Can Ben tell Dusty the Cockatiel that he's a beautiful bird? Yes. Dusty, you are a beautiful bird. Dusty, you are a very, very, very nice, wonderful bird. So how much praise and love does Dusty the Cockatiel need? Like, to what level? When will Dusty be like, wow, I can't deal with all of this praise that everyone gives me? When will it, are we giving Dusty a big head? Is my question. It's okay though. We all like Dusty. We all think he's a beautiful bird. I've seen Dusty take a shit live on the show. He like put his ass towards the camera and just shit. Yeah, everybody that's watching right now, if you're not a member of the Discord, do me a solid and join. Please. Do me a solid and join. Go in there, chat away. Actually, if you join, I might bring some people into the stream a little bit later. No guarantee, but we'll see where it goes. I saw a video today, and it's a video where Brett Keane decides to call this hotline for this nonprofit organization that takes calls from people who are atheists in the closet. It's some sort of counseling service. It's almost like a suicide prevention hotline, or someone who calls because they have drug issues or whatever. He called one of those and decided it's a debate line that he can call to try and debate with the people there who are there to take calls from people who need counseling about being atheist. And he called it, and the title of the video is Brett Keane calls agnostic atheist who rage quits. And in reality, the guy sat there patiently on the phone with Brett for over 20 minutes and then was like, all right, sorry, gotta go now. This isn't a debate phone line. We're here to give counseling to people who are atheists in the closet. And then he's like, goodbye, have a good day. And then he leaves. And Brett put in the fucking title that he rage quit. The guy didn't rage quit. He was perfectly calm. He was just like, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Goodbye. And Brett's like, all right. Sorry if I offended you. He's like, I'm not offended. Just not supposed to be debating with random religious people that are calling and trying to change my mind about things. It's not what we do here. It is a debate line. Well, I had no idea. Let's you know what?
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
Let's analyze this a little bit. Here we go.
Hello. Thank you for calling the Recovering from Religion helpline. It is our objective to...
The Recovering from Religion helpline. The Recovering from Religion helpline. All right? And now they're going to say what their goal is.
Offer hope, healing, and support to those struggling with issues of doubt and non-belief. Whether you are seeking peer support via our hotline or chat line, or you are looking for a secular counselor via our secular therapy project, we understand and want to connect you with help. You can find additional options for hope and support at our website, www.recoveringfromreligion.org. Please stay on the line. Your call will be answered in the order in which it was received.
And by the way, he doesn't cut any of this out for the next 2 to 3 minutes. It's just him sitting here, sitting there. Fuck. It's just him. Well, he's not sitting. It's him laying on his belly in his bed listening to hold music, and he doesn't cut this out of the video. And it's just he. Would you leave this in the recording if you made a video of yourself calling a place and it wasn't a live stream, it was a recorded video that you could edit? Would you leave all of this in there? And by the way, this is sped up. So this went on a lot longer than it actually seems. What the fuck is... Oh, God. Someone do something with this, please. Do something with this. What is this? Are the Muppets still playing? Did I forget to turn off the Muppet video? Is this something out of Jim Henson's workshop right here? So is he doing Blue Steel? Or is this Magnum that he's going for right now? All right. Okay. When does he get someone on the line? Oh my God.
Good.
Todd, I was wondering if I may ask a couple questions so I can get an understanding.
This is Ty. How may I help you?
Here we go.
Thank you for holding. This is Ty. How may I help you?
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Good.
Todd, I was...
I thought he said his name was Ty, but maybe... Hold on, let's get the name, because I think Brett may have gotten the name wrong from the get-go. I want to slow this down just so we can get that part.
Thank you for holding. This is Todd. How may I help you?
Did he say Ty or Todd? Maybe he said Todd. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Good.
Todd, I was wondering if I may ask a couple questions so I can get an understanding of what we're doing here.
Oh, absolutely. May I ask what your name is?
My name is Brett Keane.
He didn't need to know your full name, by the way. He's just asking for your first name.
Brett?
Yes, Brett.
Brett, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Brett.
Nice to meet you as well, Todd.
Thanks for those Google pounds in your case.
I'm curious about some different things. I've been looking into a lot of different views.
I couldn't tell what it was, but to me it sounded like Ty. So, I don't know.
And ideas and all that. And I was curious, is atheism subjective or objective?
Is atheism subjective or objective? What does that even mean?
What do you mean by that?
Well, subjective is based upon human emotion, like an opinion. But
oh, okay. Opinions are based on human emotion, everybody. Your opinions are always based on your human emotions. Subjective stuff is based on human emotions, like opinions.
Something that is objective, like if I were to state a truth, like the universe exists, this is objectively true whether someone believes in it or not. So what I'm asking is atheism based upon subjective opinion?
Based upon.
Or is it based upon facts and evidence and objective truth?
I don't think that there would be one clear picture because different people's views are different. I can speak for myself. I would actually consider myself an agnostic atheist. Just the fact that I don't know.
Yeah, so now he's explaining the agnostic atheist position to Brett, saying I'm an atheist because I don't believe in God, but I'm agnostic to it because my mind could eventually be changed if so I believe in the possibility.
And evidence that I've been presented shows that doesn't warrant a God belief, basically, but I'm open to a God belief if there's evidence pointing to that, if that makes sense.
So are you saying that you believe in the possibility of a deity or many gods?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to it. I want to believe things that are true in my life. And
This is a common trap that Brett tries to lay for people, but people usually don't fall for it.
I want to believe the lessons that are false, and if that's the truth, and if that's that there is, some type of deity, then I would like to know that and believe in that. But yeah.
I notice whenever reading a lot of literature and books and
Literature. He said literature, right? Not literature, literature. Let's go back and check that out really quick, because that might be a new one to add to the Keaneisms.
I'm some type of deity, then I would like to know that and believe in that. But yeah.
I notice whenever reading a lot of literature
Oh my God. Literature.
and information and seeing what's going out on social media, that a lot of non-believers tend to assert that they come from a position of facts and evidence, that they somehow have some kind of information that theists do not have. And that's the reason why I ask, do they actually have some kind of facts and evidence to represent themselves with, or is it simply an opinion that there is no God?
I think it may be the lack of evidence, not that there is evidence. It's like kind of saying,
It's saying that whatever you think is evidence, we don't buy as evidence, like the Bible. It's not an opinion. It's a lack of a belief in something. You're not believing in something isn't an opinion.
believing in, say, like a leprechaun. You're not going to believe in a leprechaun if there's not evidence of it.
Yeah, and it's not an opinion that there's no. I mean,
because there's lack of evidence to believe in a leprechaun. Now, if there's photographs or pictures, or you meet someone who's meets the criteria of being a leprechaun, and you're like, yeah, I got evidence. Here's why I believe. So
they have this conversation for a while where the guy's very patient with Brett, and then where are we at here?
I think it's kind of misleading.
So if an atheist were to say that their position is absolutely true and theists are wrong, they would be logically incorrect, according to you.
I would think so. I'm not 100% on anything, nor am I at a 0 on anything, on a scale of 0 to 100. Because if you're 100% sure, then you're locked. You don't have any room to look to see if you're making a mistake. Same way if I'm 0%. If I'm 0% sure that there is no deity, then I'm locked in where I'm not having an open mind where I can say I might be wrong. What is there that can change my mind? What evidence would have to be seen? And if I'm 100% or I'm at 0, I won't even look at the evidence because I'm too confident. And that's not a good way to live. Don't you agree?
Well, I hear what you're saying. I think it's really good to question. I think it's healthy to have doubts and all that. But what if I told you that I could supply you with some undeniable evidence that you would have to believe in a prime mover?
I'm open to evidence.
All right. Well, you mind if I give you a moment on this where I fill you in on it, and then you can, if you want to.
No, because actually this is not what this line is for. It's for you to evangelize or try to convert people. We're here to help people. And so if you're not having any doubts or questions that I can help you with, then I'm going to have to cut the line off, okay, and take another caller.
So now Brett is gonna say this is him running from Brett's evidence of God And this guy's rage quitting because Brett wants him to keep fucking talking to him so Brett has content for his YouTube channel when this guy is supposed to be counseling people.
I appreciate you saying that you wanted to provide me answers and information. I was hoping that I could equally do the same for you. I apologize if I've offended you.
He never said he was offended. He doesn't sound offended. There's no offense going on here. This is the, you mad, bro? Oh, why you mad, bro?
I'm not offended at all. But you're taking up time here, and I can see that you're wanting to evangelize for your beliefs or whatever, and that's not what we're here for. And I would rather use my time helping people that are actually struggling.
All right, I can understand that.
I appreciate you calling.
All right, see you later, sir.
And I wish you well.
I wish you well as well.
Yep, there's the rage quit.
Well, he wasn't interested in any kind of answers or resources from me. Oh, goodness.
No, he wasn't interested. That's not what he's doing right now. He's doing a job. You're not.
That's gracious. Well, it was an interesting discussion nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm going to go eat me some food.
Surprised you didn't do it laying in bed while you're recording your video. But I guess you didn't want the person you were calling to hear you smacking your fucking lips the whole time. DPU is live. I was not notified. I'll have to clear it. Oh, well, thank you, Red Scare, for the contribution. We're almost at 75%, which is great. I don't know what else to make of that, you know? Yeah, he was clearly rage quitting right there. He wasn't like, hey, you've taken up like 15 minutes of my time. There are people who call this line who need help. That's what I'm here for. I can't talk about this anymore with you. Goodbye. And that was put up as a victory. That's like a victory dance for Brett. Yeah, you know what, Red Scare, if you weren't notified, I'm not surprised. This channel used to get pretty good views for a little while there because we transitioned from doing the main show on this channel to doing, you know, these kind of regular streams afterwards. But I took a month off not doing it, and this kind of shows how unforgiving the YouTube algorithm is. Because now people just aren't notified when I stream, since it's been a little while. And we uploaded regular video content like clips on here too. I might have to make a whole new channel just for streaming. And it will be DP Streaming. Which is funny because channels usually have all types of programming on them. So making multiple channels never really made sense to me. A channel should provide all sorts of content like a TV channel does. They don't just do the same thing. Yeah, there actually is a DP calendar and it'll tell you everything. I mean, I use it. So there's a calendar, it's on my phone. And I use that. It has all of the DP episodes there, and it alerts me right before things are supposed to start. I get a calendar alert. It integrates with the calendar on your phone. Yeah, it includes all the stuff, the hangouts and the private shows and all that great shit. That way you'll know. Yeah, I mean, I made a calendar just so people could see. I've been showing it on the show. I'll give you guys a rundown. We got to get rid of that because that already happened. Oh, and by the way, I got an announcement about Hellbent. So, Non Sequitur show on the 4th. Alan from Not For Human Consumption on the 6th. Reactor on the 9th. The 10th and the 24th. are the Patreon / Subscribestar private shows. We're going to get a guest on for those. The 11th and the 18th, Hannibal and Monty. The 14th, Paulita Papel and Jeff Holiday is going to be there too. The 16th, GDR. I have the 21st. It's supposed to be the 21st. Holy shit. Larry Bundy Jr. and actually we're also going to have Hellbent on that episode too. So that's pretty cool. Uh, 23rd, Godless Engineer. 25th, we're doing our Discord hangout. We've got a lot of new people who signed up for that. A lot of people have been coming back to the Patreon within the last few days, which is awesome. I think it's because a lot of people thought we only offered private shows and a movie review. They don't realize all the extra content you get now. All of our content together is about 50. All of our free and paid content combined is about 50 to 60 hours of video content altogether. And then then we have Fat Pat and Sophane, Billy the
I recommend becoming a Patreon situation. Discord told me it was live.
Oh yeah, Discord will clue you in too. Yeah, become a patron even if it's for $1 and you can be in the chat that shows during our main show streams and just joining the Discord. I'm trying to get more people in there. The Discord's free. You can join it whenever you want, but $1 patrons, you get Sorry, I lost my train of thought. $1 patrons get to be in the chat that actually shows on the screen, and we do the Q&A segment and answer that. The debate. We already know about that, right? It's the humanist... The Humanist Report. How does he spell it? Does he spell it like the band Sticks, or is it, let's see. His full name is too long. Sticks Hexen. Oh, it's just one. Yeah, okay, there we go. Sticks Hexenhammer 666. Is that a reference to Norse mythology? Styx? Isn't that like the river that separates like hell from like the living world or something? Oh, is it Greek? Oh, okay, it's Greek. Greek. All right, you got it. Greek. The Obamaist report. That's why I think it'll be a good debate. I like them both. They both have popular channels. They both have very differing opinions, but they're both nice guys. I've gotten along with both of them just fine. So that should be interesting. Yeah, I know it's Greek. Calm down, people. It's Greek. I said Norse, but it's Greek. I've learned. I say Greek oddly. I had no idea. I had no idea. But yeah, that's the calendar for everything coming up here. I had no idea that I said Greek in a strange way. I didn't know any of this stuff. Oh, but yeah, it is Greek. But like, it is Greek though. Don't make a mistake. You'll get fact-checked. What is this photo that I had here? What is this? Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. On my birthday, Anthony Fantano from The Needle Drop is coming to Seattle May 7th at the Crocodile. That's pretty awesome. I had this here on the list to show you guys. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go chill with Anthony Fantano. It's a good time. I'm very excited. Billy the Fridge and I are gonna hang out with Anthony Fantano, man. Oh, if you didn't catch the last episode of Drunken Peasants, I did want to let you guys know I'm having a birthday live stream the day before my birthday. Or maybe not the day before. When is it? Oh, Sunday, May 5th on my channel, on the Benpai channel. I'm going to be streaming there. And Hannibal and Monty will be with me. So if you like Hannibal and Monty, you want to check that out. Actually, Pimp Monk won't be there. He has something else he has to do that day. So it's going to be me, Hannibal, and Monty on the Altered Perspective. Maybe I'll find someone else who wants to jump in. Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. Check this out. We'll see if you guys agree that this book is life-changing.
Gentlemen, I am proud to announce that my new book, Game, is now out. It's a book that I've been working on for the past 2 years.
Look at the cover. It's a man and a woman sitting on a park bench under a tree. Now, what you don't know is that this tree and bench are both on private property. So shortly after this scene concluded, he raped her, and it was perfectly legal in the utopian future that Roosh V lives in. Because it was on private property.
2 years in this Eastern European dungeon, I've been working on it.
See, he said Eastern European dungeon. Does he actually live in Eastern Europe now? Because we noticed that it said he was in Serbia. Does Roosh V live in Serbia or something these days? I don't know.
And it contains everything I know about women, everything I've learned about them since starting Game myself back in 2001, about understanding them, attracting them, meeting them, dating them, being in relationships with them, traveling to meet them, everything. And the reason...
He always has the pug plushie in the background, because in the video that we watched last night, he was in a totally different room. He wasn't in a bedroom. But that same dog is in the background.
That I wanted to include everything is because this is going to be my last game book. And it's my last game book because you see that gray hair on your screen. I'm an old man now. I'm middle-aged. I don't have the energy and the motivation like I used to. So this book is really a torch that I'm passing on to you, to the younger men.
This is a covenant I give to you, my disciples.
To execute this game, then add to it for the next generation of men that come after me. Because I can see that my involvement in game is going down. So this book is really a final send-off. Everything I know, I put it here, and I think it's going to be effective, in my opinion, for 20 years. And I say that because Bang, which I wrote in 2007, was pretty effective for a decade, for 10 years. But now it's showing signs of age because the culture and the technology has changed a lot since then. We've also seen a huge rise in anti-masculinity propaganda that has really made anything that a man wants to do is toxic, trying to push men down, while anything a woman does is empowering. So in this book, I had to balance your sexual and relationship goals with not getting falsely accused of harassment or worse. So this book isn't really how to sleep with the most amount of girls. It's how to connect with women in the most healthy way possible that keeps you safe. And this balance I didn't have in my first game book, Bang.
Yes, he is sped up. I have him sped up. Game.
So I wanted to just quickly talk about 5 most important things that are in this book that I think you're going to get a lot of value out of. The first thing is the chapter on internal game, where I share 7 key beliefs that you need to internalize so that you can game unconsciously, so that you don't have to always check yourself on if you're doing the right thing or not. And I mentioned in the book that if you have these beliefs in your mind, and I give you a lot of advice on how to get them in your mind as quickly as possible, then you don't need to worry as much about the specific lines and the tactics and the moves, because your beliefs drive your behavior.
So basically, get to the point where it's just second nature to be a creepy fuck.
So if the beliefs are correct, the correct behavior automatically comes out. So I think a lot of guys are going to find this chapter on the beliefs to be one of the most important ones in the entire book. The second most important thing is the Roosh program. And this is a chapter where I give you 9 steps on how to execute game in a way that gets you results, which prevents you from being burned out. So this is something that took a lot of time to come up with, because it's difficult to execute game in a difficult climate that we are living in now. As you know, many men are quitting women entirely because it's not easy anymore. It's not as easy as it used to be. So the Roosh program will keep you involved in the game in a healthy way without getting burned.
Yeah, so society has become so horrible towards men that now many men are becoming MGTOWs out of necessity.
Out. The last thing I want is for you to go out there, do a few approaches, and then think, whoa, this is too hard, and then you give up. It's my responsibility as a teacher to give you the action item steps that keep you involved, and I believe the Roosh program does that.
The Roosh program.
Third most important thing in game is a complete day and night program for meeting women anywhere, using many styles of opening lines that you can pick and choose depending on your personality. And that
opening lines are so weird. So the first thing you say to someone isn't genuine at all. It's just it's a manufactured way to open the door.
A lot of money for a book. So how can I charge men, even though my book is amazing and contains advice and information that's going to change their life within a week? I can't charge more than what I like paying for a book, $9.99. He got so mad that he's not my friend anymore. He said, I can't be a friend with a guy who's just giving.
Oh, this is his pitch. Okay, on the value of the book. My pipe almost fell. Check this out. This is something I saw ANIMANCER post on Twitter earlier. It's Vaughn Hilton talking about how makeup in the United States is made from baby parts.
American makeup has ground up dead baby fetuses in it, right?
Yeah, I've been buying a lot of Korean and Japanese skincare.
Who is this woman with the like oranges and the banana? Who that Vaughn Hilton's talking to that is agreeing with him that makeup is made out of baby parts? Who's who is this woman? I don't know who she is.
And I know there's going to be people. Oh, that's bullshit. No, it's not. Google it. They really do have ground up dead baby fetuses in it.
Yep. That is so weird. Who believes that shit? That's so weird. Makeup in the US has dead baby fetuses in it. She's Joe's friend. That'd be funny if that was true. Oh, here's a Sonic fan spurging out about the Sonic trailer.
Hello everybody, this is Wake Angel 2001, and as you all may well know, the trailer for the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie has finally dropped. So of course you know I got to chime in. It's just a thing I must do. I'm like contractually obligated by the will of the universe or something. Now, most people when they do trailer reactions, they like show the trailer and then they do some like picture-in-picture thing so that they can comment on it scene by scene, but first of all, I don't have the editing software to do that. Like I said, I work with Windows Movie Maker version 6, so I'm not going to be doing that. But, you know, even if I could do it, would I really want to? Because those kinds of videos are real headaches for posters. You know?
All right, let's get to the point, buddy. Let's hear about it. All right,
A quill with crackling energy going around it. You know what? I kind of noticed that this is basically all speedsters now. Like, everybody who has super speed as a power, like, everyone's a Flash now. Everybody is linked to some kind of speed force where you have crackling lightning going all over your body. That's That's just a thing that we do now. And this isn't the first time I've noticed similarities between Sonic and the Flash. Like, I remember how I referenced in Sonic Forces, the way that Sonic can do the double boost with the Avatar characters, so they can both move at hyperspeed? That was similar to in the CW Flash TV series, how the Flash can give a dose of Speed Force to his friends to temporarily pull them in with him. I mean, they can't stay very long.
Imagine putting this much thought into it.
A couple minutes, but he can temporarily deputize speedsters. So could that be what we're seeing here? Sonic is actually producing some kind of energy around his body that's giving him access to super speed, and it's something that you can tap into to gain super speed for yourself?
He's showing stills because showing the trailer is a bad idea right now.
Alright, that screenshot I put up, it's just random force, but yeah, like that camera pan showing a worm's eye view of the ground moving at high speed, that is almost exactly like what we saw in the opening sequence / trailer for Sonic Adventure. Like, it is damn near a shot for shot. Like, it is the exact same effect. So that's kind of cool. Like, if you're going to start referencing stuff, like, you got to start pulling in the references. Green Hills was a good start, but actually showing a similar cinematography style to the actual video game cutscenes, like, if you can keep that up, if that's a thing that we can expect to see in this movie, then, hey, we actually might have a good movie here, folks. Like this Sonic Adventure style.
So, the movie trying to match cutscenes will make the movie good? I don't know about this.
It shows me that the people that shot this might actually have an understanding of how Sonic is supposed to work. A pile of worn-out shoes. This was something that came up in a lot of the, when I was a kid, there were these little Sonic books that they would have. It was also a thing in the Saturday cartoon and the Adventures cartoon, as well as mentioned in the comic book, the early Archie comic book, of course, that Sonic the Hedgehog actually had to have special shoes made that wouldn't wear out at the speeds he runs at. So this is a nice little reference to all the shoes that he would ruin by wearing them out running at subsonic speeds all the time. So that's kind of a cool little thing that they threw in there. So, you know.
They did this for the product placement because he's wearing fucking Nikes in the movie. That was the first thing I noticed. They're like, oh, let's put some Nikes on him. You know, Nike's going to release the shoes. They're going to be unbelievably higher price than they should be because it's the Sonic Nike. Gotta get the Sonic Nike, guys.
Nice nod to, again, things that are referenced in older Sonic media. So it gets...
Fuck, Sonic should wear Adidas, if anything.
It makes me feel good because it lets me know that the people that made this movie apparently know about tropes from Sonic, and that's a good thing. I really wish this didn't bother me as much as it did, but it bothers me.
All right, let's hear it. What bothers you?
It bothers me more than the blue arms. It bothers me more than any other thing.
The blue arms? Come on, get over it. His arms have been blue in other things, too.
White hands? Sonic does not have white hands.
Sonic wears gloves.
Sonic has regular hands. He doesn't have white fur. He's wearing gloves. He literally wears 2 articles of clothing, shoes and gloves. And they missed 50% of that. Like, gloves! You know, like almost every cartoon character has ever worn. Like Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse, the characters that were the great inspiration for his whole character design. You know, gloves! I mean, it could not possibly have been so hard to give Sonic a pair of white gloves. Yep, that's it. Like, I have actually managed, well, that and the shoelaces, I don't like the shoelaces, but, okay, the shoelaces and the lack of gloves, those are the only 2 things that truly bother me about his live-action character design. It's really, like, I don't know why my brain gloms onto those 2 details, like
yeah, good question.
Shoelaces. When you move your feet fast back and forth, it causes the bows to come undone, and that's why Sonic's shoes have had buckles. That's been established character design since as far back as the shoes go. Like, he doesn't have shoelaces, and there's a practical reason for speedsters to not have shoelaces. But also gloves. Cartoon characters have gloves. Okay, move on to the next scene.
Many cartoon characters wear gloves. That is true.
Right.
I bet he got turned on by this.
Yes, this is our first full body shot. They got the wrong number of spines on Sonic's back. Like, the head has a proper number of spines. There's 6 spines on his head, just like they're supposed to be. Actually, no. There's 7 spines on his head. They got his spine pattern a little bit wrong.
Ow! So he's complaining about how many spines are on Sonic the Hedgehog, right? That's what he's complaining about?
He's supposed to have 2 spines. Oh, where's my plushie? Here we go. Come on, you get it back.
It's stuck to the wall.
Elements in every video I've appeared live. You may as well actually.
What is this, super glue? Yeah, that's what it is.
A useful prop. Here's Sonic from behind. 2 spines.
Yeah, something you're very familiar. Oh, I know how he got to count them all. He's used to looking at Sonic from behind.
In the middle. flanked on either side by 2 more spines, so for a total of 6 on the head. Out of phase, so that when seen in profile, you get the image of 3. And then 2 spines on his upper back and his tail. In this model, he has an extra spine here in the bottom of his head, and then instead of only 2 spines, he has 2 rows of 3 going down his back. So he has a lot of extra spines. Wow, I really need to vacuum this plushie more. He's been sitting on top of my comic book collection for so long. I actually didn't notice how dusty he was until now.
Crusty. How crusty he is, you mean?
Alright. So yeah. I understand the proportions of this character are a little different than he appears in the cartoon versions, but yeah, like, I know a lot of people would call me out on not correcting the design scheme, but, you know, like I said this way before, trying to render Sonic as a realistic-looking animal or a person when he was designed with cartoon sensibilities in mind from the very get-go and has always been a cartoon, I always said...
Someone said, why are we watching this? Just to make fun of someone with autism? How do I know? I don't know if he has autism. Neither you nor me are qualified to diagnose someone with autism, and I've never heard him say that he has it. So I think it's more fucked up of you to assume that he does without actually knowing him or having any real evidence to suggest that he is. He's just obsessed with fucking Sonic. That's not a fucking dead ringer for someone to have autism. No, you're not qualified either. No one, okay, even if you have the educational qualifications, if you did, you would know that you can't diagnose someone with a mental illness without doing a evaluation. Usually those have to be done in person. So even if you were a doctor, you would at least understand that you would have to do a psychiatric evaluation on somebody. So yeah,
a Sonic the Hedgehog movie should be an animated movie, and Sonic has cameoed in legit animated movies. He's been in 2 Disney features, so this is a thing that, you know. But, you know, we can't help it at this point. The movie's made, and they chose to go the live-action route, so this is what we're stuck with. So I'm not going to gripe about Sonic's appearance, because you have to change it. Otherwise, he's going to look like some kind of weird alien homunculus thing when instead of something that can actually be alive.
Having autism isn't qualification to diagnose autism, by the way. So we have standards set for how people are diagnosed. So that's how it works.
So, speaking of which, our first close-up look at Sonic's face. It is not nightmare fuel, I'll give it that much. And you know what? I can get by with this face. It's the smaller, non-conjoined eyes. Like, imagine if he was like some kind of gigantic-eyed Cyclops. He wouldn't look like...
I am qualified to diagnose this Sonic fan as annoying but entertaining. Thank you. Yeah, you are qualified to diagnose that. Because annoying and entertaining are not mental illnesses.
Rendering in realistic, living animal things.
Someone just said something about Sonic having human teeth. I agree, that is weird. It does look weird. Anthropomorphic animal characters with human teeth. I just think that's weird. I don't know.
Rather than the cartoon patterns that we're always used to seeing, the textures of that. When textured like a cartoon, it looks fine. If you tried to make it textured to look like realistic skin, fur, and eyes, then it would quickly become horrifying. Sonic would look like some gigantic, glass-eyed alien monster. And like it would be extremely unnatural seeing his irises just floating around in this massive sclera. So I can understand actually giving Sonic 2 separated eyes with just like a very prominent brow ridge to connect his expression. So I can see why they had to make these changes in order to, you know, just make him look like an actual living thing. So this is fine. This is fine. I'm not going to fault them on this.
I mean, he's in the minority there too with that, because a lot of Sonic fans really wanted the Sonic character in this film to look more like the cartoon Sonic. I've seen all these people try to change it and make it look the way they wish it had looked, and they all look way more like the cartoon Sonic with the big, oversized sneakers and the big white gloves and like very thin legs. Just very different from what we see now.
Boom! this is probably going to be the first time we see Sonic going supersonic in the thing, and it's quickly followed by the entire country going black. I don't think that Sonic going supersonic for the first time is going to cause this blackout. I think they're just showing two things spliced up next to each other, and but yeah, like there's probably going to be some kind of implication where Sonic's version of whatever the Speed Force is in this universe is having tangible consequences on the Earth. So that's probably why the next scene is going on. Government intervention. Okay, I gotta say, after the Green Hills thing at the beginning of the trailer, seeing just the Pentagon being the government, like, I would have loved for this to be the Guardians of Nation. GUN. Like, come on, like, you don't have to make it our world. It can still be a fictional universe. I mean, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. It can still be a fictional universe where GUN exists. That was basically the premise of the Sonic X anime. In fact, this whole thing with Sonic running and going supersonic for the first time and encountering a cop at the beginning.
So he's mad about the government entity that's investigating Sonic? Is that what I'm hearing? By the way, if you're watching right now, please like the stream. Please make sure you're subscribed.
And the government talking about...
Oh yeah, someone in the chat just mentioned Sonic's eyes. Yeah, he has one eye, kind of. He has two pupils, but it's in like one eye space, and then like his brow shapes the top of the eyes, but there's no actual divider in the center between his two eyes. Yeah, that is a little different. And the human teeth. They made his face look very human in some ways.
About him, like, this is all giving me Sonic X vibes. So, like, like I said, they've been referencing little Sonic stuff from all kinds of other media. So, of course, the Sonic X anime, of course it's going to be referenced. I mean, the Sonic X anime was the most mainstream Sonic cartoon for a decade. Like, the Sonic X anime ran for 76 episodes. That's 4 seasons. 76 episodes, 4 seasons, plus 2 extra for the Meteoric Saga, so it ran for 6 seasons, basically, and those seasons were then placed into reruns, which continued to air for over 10 years, so yeah, a lot of people are going to be familiar with Sonic through the Sonic X anime, it's from not that long ago. They finally stopped airing its reruns less than 10 years ago, so, you know, it's still going to be relatively fresh in people's minds as to what Sonic the Hedgehog is. Thankfully, there doesn't appear to be a Chris Thorndike, so thank goodness for small favors.
Oh, here we go with Jim Carrey as Robotnik.
And there's our Jim Carrey Dr. Robotnik. Okay, so, I like his performance. I really do. I mean, this is Jim Carrey at his Jim Carreyingest. I haven't seen Jim Carrey put this much energy into a performance in quite a while. I mean, it almost seems like he's gone back to his Ace Ventura days with this. Now, I have liked Jim Carrey and stuff that he's done recently, don't get me wrong. His cameo in Kick-Ass was great. Even Mr. Popper's Penguins had a nice little thing for it. Like, I like Mr. Popper's Penguins enough, but, like, this is just our good old-fashioned, super overacting, I'm not trying to be dramatic in any way, I'm just a living cartoon character, Jim Carrey, and it works. I think that this works for a really good, manic...
Wow, so Chris Chan was really mad about this.
Zany Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, or however we're gonna have him, like this isn't the dark, scary, very frightening, genocidal Dr. Robotnik from the original Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday morning cartoon. It's more of the adventures of Sonic, crazy, manic, mad scientist with the short temper who knows that he's better than everybody else, kind of Dr. Robotnik. And like, aside from the fact that he's skinny and his mustache is a little bit underplayed, this works, okay? Like, this is a working model of Dr. Robotnik. And the black suit that he's wearing, it makes me think of alternate universe Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic Boom cartoon. You know, the one from the season finale when they had the star and the lightsaber fight. That was a pretty cool Dr. Robotnik.
He's so... I wonder if he's going to be there on opening night. He's so worked up about this shit. He's happy about some of it, though.
This is a scene I was afraid of. Like, I don't like cringe comedy. Like, why does everybody have to do cringe comedy? It's just silly. Like, I had to include this as a detriment because I can't just be completely positive the whole way through it, even though I have been completely positive, but yeah, I actively dislike cringe comedy like this. Like, haha, he's kidnapped a small child and stuffed him in a duffel bag. Ew. So... yeah, that's cringe. Not the biggest fan of cringe. Okay, and then we have transcript errors. That's a very common thing that we see when dimensional travel is involved. And I repositioned the camera wrong. That's better. Less floating space above my head. And there we go. Jim Carrey as a proper cosplay of Dr. Eggman. I mean, like, earlier they showed him wearing a red suit, so, like, we're gonna see red suit Jim Carrey Robotnik before we see this, but, like, this is a proper giant orange mustache, bald Dr. Eggman. And he's kind of reminding.
He looks like he's getting turned on the way he's like, yes, Dr. Eggman, yes, Dr. Eggman.
A Boom Eggman since he's not fat, but like that's a good, proper human Dr. Eggman. That works. That looks cool. And how much of this Eggman are we gonna see? Like, is this actually seen from the beginning of the movie? Like, is this like in Sonic X, where the first episode shows Sonic raiding Eggman's compound, and then he sets off the Chaos Control Wave that sends Sonic to our world? Is that what we're doing? I'm excited. Like, is this Eggman gonna team up with the Eggman from the other universe? Are we gonna get two Eggmans collaborating? Like when classic Eggman and regular Eggman teamed up for Sonic Generations, or when Eggman teamed up with Eggman Nega for the Sonic Forces games, or when we had the two Eggman hook up in the Sonic Boom cartoon. Like Eggman hooking up with other Eggmen. That seems to be a thing that he likes to do. So I'm excited. So yes, I'm hyped. I'm seeing this trailer, and for God's sakes, I can't believe I'm saying this. The team that brought us the Fast and the Furious might actually deliver a pretty good Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, like,
I don't know. I probably won't see it. Hey guys, hey everybody watching. Like the stream. Are you guys watching on Brave? Hopefully so. Coming up here on the 5th in 2 days on Brave. Oh shit. Coming up in 2 days on Brave, any tokens that you earned watching streams will pay out. In case you weren't aware of that. I haven't been watching very much stuff recently, so I've only gotten about 0.2 bats here. But on the 5th, that will pay out and go over here into my wallet. Over to the right there. So keep an eye on that. I don't know how much you guys have built up. But it does build up over time. The more you watch. Wow. You have 74 ads? Damn. How many bats did that give you? Th 3.7. That's good. Yeah, I mean, so you're earning money to send to support the show just by doing something you were doing anyway. And once a month, they'll pay you out for them and you could just send them our way. Good deal. Yeah, they're working on the Mac thing. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not out for Mac yet, but hopefully soon. Huh. I've watched ads, so every 5th they give tokens for them. Oh, okay, so when you watch the ads, yeah, you should be able to see in your settings how many tokens you've earned. I think it's like 0.05 tokens per ad. And on the 5th, they pay them out to you, and that goes into your wallet. And then once they're in your wallet, you can send them to creators. And it adds up, you know. If I can get like 1,000 people every month sending me their bats, then that's a good amount of change coming in. And right now, as it stands, I get a few bats just for people downloading it using our link. So that's helping out a lot. Yeah, right now we've got about 5,400 bats. We have, so overall, 1,594 people have downloaded the browser using our link. Out of those people who downloaded it, it's showing 1,070 have actually installed it. I don't know why such a huge difference. Over 500 people downloaded it but never installed it. And then confirmed, so out of those 1,070 installs, 644 of them are confirmed. Basically, that means they downloaded it, they installed it, and after 30 days, it was confirmed that they actually used the browser. That's how it works. And we get bats for that, and we get the bats people send to us. And every now and then you'll get a grant, too. They'll just send you bats for nothing. Yeah, if you use Chrome, you should be using Brave instead. If Chrome is your primary browser. What else do we have here? Let's see. This is something. Unemployment is the lowest it's been in decades. I think like 40 years or something.
Another big jobs report. The U.S. economy adding 263,000 jobs in April. The unemployment rate sinking to a 49-year low.
Wow. Lowest since 1969.
So almost 50 years. That's pretty amazing. That's remarkable because when the recession hit in 2008, man, it was terrible. The unemployment was so high in so many places.
Romans with us more.
Yeah.
Strong numbers,
Yep.
strong top line number. Anything that gives you pause in this entire report?
It is a strong report, and it shows that companies are hiring, aggressively hiring. When I look at the trend here, you can see we had a very strong January. February, we were worried about the government shutdown and what that might have meant, but everything bouncing back here.
Yeah, so only February was the bad month, and a lot of that had to do with the government shutdown and that sort of shit. Yeah, January was huge. March was really good. April, good. I mean, imagine, though, where we would be if the government shutdown hadn't have happened. Because it's still kind of trying to rebound from the shutdown, from the very low numbers in February. Hopefully, I mean...
When you look at the unemployment rate, 3.6%, I mean, these are generational low numbers, and you've got some record lows for some different job categories and sectors as well, and strong hiring in business and information services, in construction, 33,000 jobs there. And I've been watching manufacturing. I mean, if you want to really look for something to be worried about, I mean, maybe you look at manufacturing. It lost 6,000 jobs last.
Yeah, manufacturing. I grew up in a city that was built on manufacturing. The first thing that happened was the manufacturing jobs moved to a place where they could operate for less money, whether that be to another state or to another country. And then now just the manufacturing job force in general is just being replaced by automation.
Month and then this month had 4,000 on average. During the Trump administration, you've had 20,000 plus. So I'm going to reserve another month or two to see if maybe there's a bit of a pause happening in this manufacturing recovery because of the tariffs maybe biting, the cost of tariffs biting here. If you look, at some point we're going to start running out of workers. We have 7 million job openings right now, and that's more job openings than people who are looking for jobs. So now you're going to start talking about where we're going to get more workers, how we're going to make sure we have the.
How's the fast food sector going right now? Do we have an uptick in fast food workers?
Skills match of workers. The president has said this is a great economy. It is. I mean, the GDP number last week showed us 3.2% GDP for the quarter was great. These jobs numbers are very strong jobs numbers. Which makes me wonder why the president would like to put more stimulus into the economy.
Right.
That just says those two ideas don't go.
I was waiting for a way that that they were going to try to find to criticize Trump. Like you guys know, I'm not a fan of Trump at all, but I know CNN isn't going to totally report this and then not bash Trump somehow.
Together, this is a strong economy.
Yeah, and fights economic policy in general, right? I mean, you tend not to cut rates into what is already an economic boom, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way to describe it.
You're inviting a bust.
And you have less ammo when you do have a bust,
Absolutely.
right? Okay, so stay with us,
Okay.
Romans. Let's bring in Douglas Holt-Seekin. He's an economist with the conservative think tank, the American Action Forum. He's also a former economic advisor to the late Senator John McCain and the former director of the Congressional Budget Office. Good voice, good brain to have with us this morning, sir. Thank you for joining us.
I don't give a fuck what this guy has to say. Actually, he's probably brilliant and everything, but I don't know. Don't care. Just ground up some perfectly legal tobacco. Here's a video about Biden and Sanders. Because they're the top two Democrats right now running for president. Let's see what they have to say about that.
The 2020 Democratic primary features nearly 24 candidates, including several women and people of color. But a CNN poll out this week shows former Vice President Joe Biden getting nearly 40% of the vote, and Senator Bernie Sanders.
She's like, oh, there's so many people to choose from, including women and people of color. But the top two Democrats are just old white men. Well, I mean, for one thing, experience. People value experience, and these two are both very experienced. One has been a congressman, a senator, and vice president, and I think Bernie Sanders might have been in Congress at some point, too. That's why they're the front runners. They're the most familiar names. I don't know why Biden is polling so much higher than Bernie, though. I have to call bullshit on that.
Coming in second with 15%. Both candidates are nearing 80 years old and have sharp policy contrasts. A new article out this morning on CBSNews.com explores the coming fight between the two candidates as they try to win over voters that went for President Trump in 2016. CBSN political reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns wrote that story, and she is here with me this morning. So this is very interesting, Caitlin. Like we just said, the president won over certain areas like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. I'm thinking about the suburbs of Philadelphia, which were sort of swing areas, and the president was able to win over some of these areas, and that's partially how he won the election. And now we're seeing Bernie Sanders and Biden target those areas as well.
It really is interesting, too, because when you think of Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, they don't really have a lot in common when it comes to their philosophy, their ideology, and their policy proposals. But they do have a lot in common because they both feel like
Their policy, their ideology, and their policy proposals. Is that what she said? Okay,
they can
just
appeal
making sure.
to Trump voters. They're the same age. They served in Congress for a long time. And they both feel like they are the ones uniquely positioned to take on Donald Trump directly, campaigning in places like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio even, and really messaging to voters that they feel their economic anxieties. And that's what you're hearing from both candidates. But it's going to be so interesting to see how.
All right, so I pulled up the Real Clear Politics poll on this. And this is a chart. So the green is Biden. And this goes all the way back. Let's see. This goes back to December, the beginning of December of 2018. Biden was always polling at the top. And then here's when they announced that Biden was running for president, and then this is where this huge shit started happening where Bernie started dropping and Biden started climbing. So now Bernie's way down. Bernie had this growth after he announced his candidacy. Somewhere around here is where Biden accidentally slipped about running too. So that's where we are now. It's crazy. Someone said superdelegates are going to push Bernie out. I thought the superdelegate thing was different now. Yeah, this is... There's so many tangled colored lines at the bottom here. So all these people that are polling under 5%. Look at these people that aren't even polling 1%. Inslee, who's the governor of the state that I live in, who was a Hillary superdelegate that gave Hillary his superdelegate votes. Even though his entire state caucused for Bernie. So he doesn't represent the will of the citizens that he's the governor of. Hickenlooper, I don't even know who that is. Gillibrand, Bullock, Gabbard, and Castro and Ryan. Castro and Ryan, they're all polling under 1%. O'Rourke, he's at 5%. I don't know. Puking Dog polling 20%. Yeah, where's Puking Dog on here? I was told that there were changes to the superdelegate system. Let's see here. This was a news story that was reported on the 25th.
Why are Democrats reforming the superdelegate process, and how major, is this for the party?
Hi, Fred. This is a major change for Democrats in the way that they select their nominees for President of the United States. As you remember, and as...
Why does it sound like he's reading a script?
You just heard Bernie Sanders say this was a huge point of contention between Bernie Sanders supporters and Hillary Clinton supporters in 2016. This criticism of superdelegates has been going on for decades, and it really culminated in 2016 with that bitter fight between Bernie and Hillary. This reform today changes that. It effectively removes a lot of the power of superdelegates so that these problems won't come up again in 2020.
So what are some of the other changes, to these superdelegates?
Right. So some of the changes that they made today is that superdelegates will not be able to vote on the first ballot for president. And what that means is there is no way that superdelegates can affect the outcome of who the pledged delegates vote for at the convention. The pledged delegates are chosen by proportions with how the states vote. So whoever the voters select in 2020 and whoever those delegates are that represent.
No, I didn't check. Dude, pay attention. Okay, you fucking idiot. I didn't check CNN for polls. I checked Real Clear Politics. Now I'm watching a video about how they changed their
that vote. Those are the people who will be able to vote
about how they changed their fucking superdelegate system.
Has enough pledged delegates.
And who cares?
To make up a majority.
Dude, CNN, yeah, they're biased, but they're not 100% wrong. So, I mean, but no, I check actual polling sources for polls.
Convention so that there is no way that superdelegates can affect the outcome. They'll let them vote. But if there's any possibility of that, they will not be able to vote on the first ballot.
Republicans have the majority.
Oh shit,
right
hold
now,
on, let me close this shit.
235 seats. You see the red filling in on the floor of the House. The Democrats are at 100.
This is I'm not looking at these polls. I'm just looking at just the general thing that they have here. I don't know. It's a mixture of all of these polls. So there's a CNN poll in there, but it's all of these polls together. It's a combination of all the polling data. That's where this comes from. So it's not just, I mean, there is a CNN poll in here, but it's not all CNN. This is just a general poll from all of this data that they've been collecting. And every time there's an update, they update this shit. Oh, man. Yes, Real Clear Politics uses all, like, every poll that they use. Let's see. Quinnipiac, CNN, Morning Consult, Monmouth, I don't know what that is. Emerson, The Hill / Harris X, Harvard Harris. They use Fox News polls too. Those are going to be biased. They use all sorts of shit. Yeah, so here's one poll. But I mean, even the Fox News poll says Biden's ahead. And this is, I'm pretty sure this is before Biden announced he was running. Let's see. Yeah, this is March 24th. Right? Let's see. I think this might have been when Bernie announced presidential run.
Okay, Joe Biden's slip up hints at
Oh yeah, this is when he slipped up. All right. No. Someone said, we're just pointing out that most of these polls have bad methodology because they oversample older voters. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's what you're saying. The other person was saying, oh, did you CNN? Because CNN's never right. They're just a bunch of libtards, so nothing they ever do is correct. It's like, yeah, it is a bunch of dumb shit a lot of times, but so's everything else. Everything else is a bunch of dumb shit, too. It's not just CNN. I hate this thing where it's only CNN is the bullshit news. I mean, we really shouldn't believe that. Whatever CNN is saying, believe the opposite no matter what. I think that's craziness. But yeah, I kind of look at this overall polling data. And of course, it's not always right. So, I think I am going to wrap up this stream. I might stream again later. We'll see. It's been a good time with all of you guys. CNN has no competition. What are you talking about? Fox News, I believe Fox News gets better ratings than CNN. What do you mean CNN has no competition? There's plenty of competition to CNN. I would say maybe when CNN first came out. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You do not live in reality, buddy. You overcompensate. you're overcompensating for the little bit of bias CNN does have. You're overcompensating way too much for it, and then you believe delusional things like there's no competition for CNN when there's other news networks that get way more viewers. So, sorry. Might want to rethink that. Anyway, good night, or good afternoon, or wherever the fuck it is where you are. Bye.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.